Hey everyone, how's it going? IntoWeapons back again with you. Just got in a new virtual reality headset and wanted to do a quick review of it with you guys. This headset is a bit better than my previously reviewed one I did about 6 months ago, but it does cost about $15 to $20 more than that one. So there are some really nice features on this unit, but there is a couple of things that I'd really like to see included as well. This particular one is made by ShineCon. It's a 3D virtual reality headset. When it was ordered from Amazon, ran about $33. I included a link down below in the description of the video to the product on Amazon where I got mine, so you can go check that out if you want. It came in a good looking package, as you can see here, not as generic as some of the others on the market that I've seen. In the box it includes the headset, a cleaning cloth, a quick start guide, user manual, and a set of extra pads for larger smartphones, and I'll go ahead and show you that here. So we got the outer sleeve, we'll take that off, throw that to the side there. We'll put the top open, and as you can see inside the box we had the VR headset. It did have a bubble wrap around that, so it was protected a little bit better than what I'm showing you here. But again, here's the virtual reality headset itself. And you get the flip down front, and we'll get in a little bit more and take a closer look at that with some of the features. Also inside there was a cleaning cloth, get those lenses clean if you get any kind of fingerprints on them. Pads for larger smartphones that need to be padded a little bit better than what it comes with. And then I guess a ShineCon service manual here in case you have any type of warranty issues maybe. And then the actual user manual for these glasses, which is real nice, being able to read through there and see some of the features that perhaps you're not seeing or noticing, or how to use those features. Having a manual is really, really nice. One thing I did notice with this entire package is it did not come with the QR code, which is a little bar thing that you can scan with your phone, and it brings up apps and some other types of specific software, I guess, for your virtual reality headset. A lot of those come with it, including that cheaper one that I reviewed earlier, although the QR barcode that came with that particular one didn't work really well anyway. So this one doesn't come with it. I really don't know what the use of those are, to tell you the truth. I usually just get all my VR apps off the Play Store from Google, and that works well enough for me as well. So we'll go ahead and put the box here to the side. Nothing really else in there. We'll pull the VR headset over here, guys, so you can get a closer look at that. One thing I noticed right away compared to the others that I've used is that this headset does not have a built-in button for use with the phone. Many of these headsets will have a built-in sliding magnet, like on the last one it was right here. It kind of slid up and down, and it provided a method to navigate your apps. So to interact with this phone's functions with the headset, you have to use a Bluetooth controller, and I don't have one on me, but it's very similar to something like this. It's just a mini keyboard. This one's a Wi-Fi one, and it comes with a USB, but you can get these in Bluetooth as well, and they're fairly cheap, $20 or less from Amazon, but it gives you a really good method to be able to interact with your phone while it's in this virtual reality headset without having to take it off your head, pull open the case, and then touch the phone with your fingers. Without having that side button on there, which would have been really nice to see, you do kind of need something like this in order to make the VR headset experience worthwhile or not as tedious or frustrating. So keep that in mind when you're ordering something like this if it doesn't have a button. The total weight of this particular unit is 380 grams or 0.84 pounds, which is fairly light considering the size of the headset. Due to the weight, it's comfortable on the face and doesn't give you a whole lot of neck fatigue as quickly. The only other issue I had was with the nose brace, which is unpadded and was a bit uncomfortable for me, and I can show you that here, give you a little bit close up there. So that being that padded kind of rested on the nose a little bit, and I got an unusual shaped face, so that doesn't surprise me. I do have a slim long face though, which makes any kind of headgear less comfortable for me. But fortunately, it does sport a nice thick foam lining around where it rests on the face, so it cushions a lot of that pressure. The elastic head straps are adjustable with Velcro, so if it's not the right type of size for you, you can adjust that real good, precise measurements here on each one. So you got left, right, and the top, and then to adjust these, you just kind of pull it off and put it to where you're most comfortable. And yeah, you generally have to do that off your head. You really to do that on the while you're wearing it is very difficult. So just kind of a playing around. Once you get your size fitted to it, you generally don't need to move it around much anyway. So. But that's a really nice, feature, being able to adjust that elastic. It's comfortable enough, and with that big, thick foam padding around here, that really makes a world of difference, especially if you're going to be, using a virtual reality headset such as this for any length of time. These can get very heavy on your face, and they're putting a lot of pressure in that area, especially with your phone weight added to this. So having that padding to distribute some of that pressure along your face definitely makes a difference. And I don't believe my last one had as nice as this, but it did fortunately. It wasn't horribly uncomfortable, but that makes a world of difference. So keep that in mind if you're looking for something, if you're going to be watching movies, for instance. This is compatible with 3.5 to 6-inch phones, but I found that due to the width of my Samsung S4 and the rugged hard case that I use, I needed to have the phone case removed for it to fit securely. And that was just more of a width issue. The phone case just made it a little bit too wide for it to securely fit within the brackets there, and I'll show you that once I kind of pop my phone in there. The lens is made from a higher quality optical resin inside here. Per the description, it has an 8-layer nano coating and a polished finish. And again, those lenses make a big difference on your VR experience, because that's what's giving the image of the quality from your phone to your face. So there are cheaper ones out there. Make sure that you get a decent set of lenses within your virtual reality headset, because again, it will make a big difference with the clarity, the image resolution, things of that nature. So you really want to have a good set in there. Optic adjustability is probably one of the stronger points of this headset, having a single-handed pupil distance adjustment knob right in the top here, where it makes it easier and more accurate than dual adjustment virtual reality sets, such as the last one I reviewed. So the last one, I had a setting here and a setting here, and you kind of had to move them together, or try to move them together to get the pupil distance aligned correctly for a good image. And I'll show you how easy with this one is. You just got the button on the top here, which scrolls left and right, and you can see the optic adjustment for pupil distance there is very, very easy. It's precise, and it'll give you a really good image. And I found that even watching from one video to the next, having an adjustment there is very, very nice, because some videos are bigger than others, some smaller, the resolution. So small minor adjustments from your major spot is definitely needed, and that helps a lot instead of trying to figure one out and the other one out at the same time. That can be very difficult and hard on your eyes as well. So that's a really nice feature that I liked with this particular unit. Another one of the really nice features is the ambidextrous single-handed object distance adjustment with a range of 10 millimeters or 0.39 inches, which is not available on other headsets and is useful for further optic focus. And I didn't really know if I would actually need a distance adjustment like this, but you'll notice that when I twist this button, and it's ambidextrous again, so you can do it from both left and right side, that whole section here, which holds the phone, slides out. And again, 0.39 inches is the length that it will slide out, but I didn't really, again, think I would need that, but it really does make a difference with the size of your phone. If you have a larger phone, you kind of want it pushed out a little bit further. If you have a smaller phone, you kind of want it pushed in a little bit, because that will be kind of the image size that you're seeing through the lenses here. So that was a really cool feature that I liked with that. And again, it really did allow it to have a little bit more adjustability with the focal image that you're playing with. So it gave you a little bit more opportunity to do that, make it a nicer image. I was surprised to see it had an individual lens focal adjustments with a range of 55 to 65 millimeters, or 2.1 to 2.5 inches, and it's achieved by turning each of these viewing lenses in a clockwise or counterclockwise direction, as you can see there. And that one's just kind of spinning out now because I'm doing it counterclockwise. Each lens has a grooved housing for easy grip of the adjustment tool, but I did find that adjusting these were a bit difficult, as you need to have the headset removed to do it. And obviously they're done individually, so getting an exact distance on both of them is a little bit more tedious again, and then trying to look in it after each adjustment to make sure that image is still working. It's again a little bit more difficult. Your phone's on pause, that kind of thing. So that was kind of something that was nice to see that it had. I don't really use it that much. I kind of get it to one spot that works for me, and I just kind of leave it alone. One of the features that my previous VR headset didn't include is the removable front cover, which is held in place by small magnets. This removable cover is cool because it allows the headset to remain completely dark if you're watching movies or something like that and you want it on, or the cover off for use with the camera, the light, and to allow cooling of the phone. So if you can picture your phone stuck in here, I believe you kind of usually put it like this. You have your camera here, and you have your cooling vents, everything from the back here, as well as the camera being able to pop through here, and your lens and all that. And there are some apps, and I can't remember any off the top of my head, but it kind of augments your reality around you through the VR headset and your phone's image capabilities here, recording capabilities. So those are some really cool apps, and my last VR headset didn't allow you to be able to see through the camera or use those particular apps. So that's a really nice feature that you can use optionally. You have that ability to put that back on, completely cover up all those spaces, and give you a complete dark theater experience. Although I did notice that even with this off, the phone really, or the headset really didn't allow a whole lot of light penetration. Obviously much more than what it did with the cover on, but that's one thing that I did notice it was pretty nice on, was the darkness that it provided even with some of these features off or not being utilized. And that's held in place by magnets, which is one really cool feature again with this VR headset, is that they're using magnets instead of clips that can break and things like that. They're really light magnets that kind of just hold it in place exactly how it needs it, and then it's easy to manipulate to get open and closed. Both sides of the main phone holding flip-down section, which is held closed by small magnets again, have ports for power cords, which isn't recommended to be used by the manual at the same time as the VR headset. It also allows audio cords and to allow further cooling of the phone. There wasn't any included foam inserts for these types of ports on the left and right hand side like my previous one. Kind of covered those areas up from the inside to allow you know, the cable still to come through, but not any type of light. But I didn't notice with this type of design of this headset, it didn't allow any light to come through the ports to disrupt the image anyway. So those types of foam on those ports, which I was initially concerned about, didn't cause me any issues anyway. The actual smartphone is retained by a spring-loaded bracket, which is easy to use and very effective in holding the phone in place. You can see I can pull both sides up and down like that. The brackets, which physically touch the phone right here, do have those pads to reduce sliding of the phone and damage to the phone or case. So I'll kind of give you an idea. If you can look up there and you can kind of see those pads sitting there, and then again that bracket system that's kind of holding that in place. And again, I couldn't really use it because of the width of this hard case that I have here, but without the hard case, it fits in here real nice. And you know, one thing I wish it would allow you to do is when you push down on one, the other one kind of pushes up on itself, so it's kind of dual reciprocating. But this one you had to, you know, push up and push down on both sides to get that phone to sit in there. But as you can see, once it's in there, it sits in there very nice. It doesn't slide around, doesn't wiggle. You can really kind of move your headset around here. The last one I had suction cups, which didn't work really well. You know, it did for about 5-10 minutes. Once the phone heated up, it really just fell off. So and then you got that magnet there kind of holding that in there. And then I'll give you kind of an idea of what the inside looks here, and you can kind of even see that pupil distance adjustment mechanism working there, as well as the you know, the pushing of the object distance. And we'll go ahead and close that up so you can see it closes up nicely. And as well as, you know, once I got it closed, that magnet does a pretty darn good job of holding that phone in there without falling out. But opening it up, fairly easy. So that's a really nice function of that. Many VR apps are available through the Google Play Store. I believe all YouTube videos now have the capability to run in stereoscopic mode, at least I think they do, as long as you have the right app. YouTube does offer one 3D stereoscopic movie that I know of, which is Alice in Wonderland with Johnny Depp. It's a great way to demonstrate the capabilities of the system without having to purchase anything, although it does kind of hurt your eyes after a while with the 3D and the stereoscopic working in conjunction. I kind of got a little bit of a headache after 25 to 30 minutes, so I really don't know if this is the best route for that type of experience with watching movies, at least 3D type movies. There isn't much content yet available for these generic VR headsets, unfortunately, so you will need to do some digging on your own. In my opinion, they are more of a novelty than anything else, but does show the potential of VR headsets and how it could be used in the future. Not sure that Samsung VR headsets that are now on the market really have much more to offer as far as content, but I haven't read any reviews that have wanted me to pull out my wallet and pay the additional money for one. So overall, it's a really fun experience, and for the price, you really can't go wrong. I recommend spending the few extra dollars to purchase a unit like this, as comfort can really make that tremendous difference in the VR experience in the long run. So I do recommend that. I hope this helps someone out, but as always, feel free to let me know if you guys have any questions. I appreciate watching, and what we want to do is I kind of want to do just a quick show on what some of the things I do for my phone, actually, for setting up for VR experience and using it. So first thing I always do is I make sure that my Wi-Fi is on, because I believe they do kind of want you to use the Wi-Fi for a quicker type of signal. I mute my phone just so I don't have incoming calls, although you want to make sure your media is still usable. I turn off the power saving mode. That is one recommendation of any type of Google Cardboard or VR headset. I'll turn off my auto sync so I don't have types of emails and notifications coming through. I'll turn off my auto dimmer, I guess, for the screen, and then turn my screen all the way to the top. And really, that's giving you the brightest image available. So that's a really nice feature to be able to do that, and it gives you a better screen image as well. Then once you kind of get some apps downloaded, you'll notice that I have just two, actually, and the one I use the most frequently is Google Cardboard, which is kind of a hub for any type of apps that you might have, and you'll notice that I have a few on there, and they give you get apps over on the side, my library, that kind of thing. I use the 360-degree video view channel, and I'll show you kind of an idea of what it looks like once you do have your phone. So if this was sitting in your phone, this is kind of what you'd be seeing. So you click on the video that you want. Again, using that Bluetooth headphone or headset really helps out. You'd have your phone to the side there in the landscape mode. Oop. Actually, we'll go back here. My apologies. Hit the play button. And then what we'll do is we'll hit this Google Cardboard button. You'll notice that it has a cardboard button down there in the bottom. And essentially that breaks the phone screen into two sections. Now this particular one is one of those 360-degree videos where it's using your phone's gyroscope to allow you to look around, because they did a 360-degree viewing of the recording. So that's a really nice feature. And again, with a VR headset, you're looking around with your head, so that's kind of a neat thing to be able to do. A lot of really cool tour types of videos out there, the Smithsonian, other types of famous landscape marks and things like that you can go and just tour like you were actually there. So that's some of the cool things that you can do with it, guys, and kind of gives you an idea of at least one app, YouTube, that will allow you to enjoy the VR headset. I wanted to give you just an idea as well as in the Google Play Store, again where I get all of my apps from. All I did was do a search for VR. You can see along the top I just typed in VR, and there are numbers of VR apps that will come up here. And we'll go ahead and switch that reminder off there, but we have all these types of VR apps that are available. Just look at the user ratings, look at the reviews, make sure that they're worth your while. Some of them are very large types of app downloads, so don't overwhelm your phone with them because it will slow your phone down. But as long as you kind of set up your phone like I did with the power savings off, the screen dimmer off, and set to high as far as the image brightness output, and your Wi-Fi on, typically these things will run pretty well. So again, hope this really helps you guys out. If you have any questions, let me know, and I appreciate watching. Till next time, take her easy, guys.